like, share, and subscribe ya teman-teman, karena subscribe itu gratis. Karena dengan menekan tombol subscribe berarti teman-teman semua mendukung channel ini. Terima kasih.
In the factory, the Ducati of San Marino, eyes to the lights, his home crowd, and that was Jack Miller firing his Ducati. He goes to P4, Pol Espargaro follows him in fifth. Brilliant work by Jack Miller there to get ahead of Quartararo in that first sector. Pol Espargaro, strong first two sectors here. He's up 3 places from 7th to 4th through Agaro for Marc Marquez. Dominant opening lap though here from Peckham. Next for him is Fabio Quartararo directly ahead of him. What a lead wide going through advantages you're likely to see at the end of that first lap. This looks like the end of the third lap. Martin got Marc Marquez at the end of that first lap. Yeah, he did the perfect job, didn't he, on that opener. Rava's going to lose another place. Martin up the inside, he's going to opening lap through turn 3 as he lumped it up the inside of Quartararo and he's allowed his hands to go. There is Alex Rins just behind Pol Espargaro. Nea Basti 3.5 seconds behind your race leader Pecco Bagnaia. Not the start Valentino Rossi. Eni just behind in 9th place and then it's Mia. Yeah, we know that this man's just long gone. One from Bagnaia. Are we going to see the reverse here today? There's Aleix Espargaro with Marc Marquez by 5 seconds clear of his teammate Jack Miller. Miller in turn got a very comfortable advantage made. Martin again goes through on Quartararo. He tried this at the end of the first deviation through turn 4. He does make it stick as well, the Frenchman. He's getting ganged up on. This time around though, it's made it stick. Plan for Ducati. Here comes Quartararo though, Italia of Miller in the first sector. There's another move coming here from Martin on the brakes into turn. The battle, this is for third. Andy Hunt able to use the corners of the Yamaha on the inside pit. Oh no, Ducati were hoping he was going to hang in. Ace of Bagnaia, your race lead. Yeah, it's been a very poor start to this Grand Prix for Johan Zarco, middle of the second round. Even Quartararo a bit of breathing space. Now further back, look at this. Rins is top 10 already. Just cannot find a way through. They've not made enough forward move. And when you've got the likes of Honda and a Ducati ahead of you as well, it makes the task. And you look how far back they are. You've got to be so precise. Tim waited so long for that first MotoGP victory. Is it going to be 2 in this helicopter shot? Bastianini got to be supremely confident on that front end. This is launching a raid at turn 14 on Pol Espargaro, and he's made that look so did. Yeah, excellent move there from Alex Rins. Then he moves up into Bastianini and Rins dispense of him. They've been number 8. That's going to cost him the place to Martins and Pol Espargaro as they went into turn 2. Joan Mir now is lining Pol Espargaro. What a ride again by Bastianini on a 2-year-old Ducati that doesn't turn. Bastianini to the Ducati up the inside of Aleix Espargaro, and now Bastianini has had a standing. Here he comes up alongside the brilliant end of Aleix Espargaro, and he carves through. Laps here in his home Grand Prix. Round turn 16 we go. The gap out front is go back now. Miller in turn 1.2 seconds clear of Fabio Quartararo, who's all in. He's done a good job. He's just put in the fastest lap of the race, the Aussie. 32 seconds with the outbound 1:30. They head up towards turn 9. Can he make it stick? Yes, absolutely. Stuck on this gap between Van. Love that. He's a rookie by a 2-year-old performance this by Enea Bastianini. You can see why so many people are making big noise about his Espargaro. That's another himself pretty wide, isn't he, Pol Espargaro? He is one of the latest breakers. Bastianini performing heroics on a 2-year-old motorcycle. Jorge Martin's had his motorcycle ring again on that last lap. Jack Miller has taken another 2 gap to Fabio Quartararo. Your leader, a rider of the class and calibre of Quartararo, will be incredibly tough. And not going to worry about, well, you've got to worry about the likes of Marquez and Rins, but they're now being, for those wondering, there are no team orders out. There would have been any messages from the bosses at the offered Fabio Quartararo a 3rd place pre-race. He'd taken it. He knew that how this one pans out. At the moment, though, it's Pecco Bagnaia that's closing. At times, to be fair to the Frenchman, he's hanging on in there, trying to see if there's a plunders himself up into 8th place. Nini as well. Coming near, this is out to the younger Espargaro at turn 14, as 10th away from Pecco Bagnaia, the race leader. It's Quartararo, 17th on the grid to 13th, and at the moment, at last back to earth, he's taken the shortcut through turns 1 and 2, and that's going to lump over the Nakagami up ahead, and they're a little bit where he's trying to keep Valentino right. Quartararo's saying it's not raining, is it? It's not raining, surely. 2 mistakes. Who would have thought this? Oliveira, who was so good pre-summer break, stays in it, unless you play Martin. Come at the catch you, having a bit of a day to forget in there. 2.5 seconds now, his lead on Miller and Quartararo after those errors. Yeah, which did as well. A shortcut to turn 1 for Martin, just as his teammate Pecco Bagnaia. A lovely bit of enduring, a stunning job here. When you look at the riders, the talent behind it. Precisely. Into turn 9. Alright. I'm sure we're going to replay what happened. Enea Bastianini is the reigning Moto2 world champion. He's no slouch, is he, to me? Yeah, that mistake for Miller, Steve, was really costly. He lost one. That's all it went wrong for Jorge Martin. A bad day at the office for Pramac. He comes into the long lap penalty on the Pramac Ducati. Johan Zarco's very best make that mistake at turn 4 this man. Keep the pressure from Fabio Quartararo lap 9. Yeah, there's Miller running well wide through turn 30. And now Bastianini was the fast man on circuit. That lucky was the Quartararo and Bastianini. 2.7 seconds. Hasn't put a foot wrong, and that's something we said exactly. Speed all year, Pecco Bagnaia. Bagnaia at the moment. First two sectors on this lap, Steve, and Ea Bastianini's taken another 310 gap on the podium later on in this race, which would be very well so far in his rookie season as well. He's maintained that rear time, given the fact that he started from 12 for him at all on that with Fabio Quartararo. That's Jack Miller up ahead of him at the moment. Quartararo will be on the Ducati GP19. Luca Marini's got to take place. Already powering his factory Ducati out of turn 10. Probably went over the white lines on his initial long lap penalty to turn up the gap between these two men. Great penalty, and I would imagine that's because he clumped directly ahead of him once he got into that sixth place ahead of the Espargaro brothers. He's kind of stuck this podium battle. Valentino Rossi has dispensed of the second Ferraris faster than the two Ducatis up ahead of him. Quartararo's tastingly worse. Oliveira now 22nd. He's so far, although 132s. Jorge Martin, half race distance yet. This has just not been the day that Joan Mir was hoping for, even has called it a day. Exactly the reason why. Of course, he has been struggling. Miller will keep track of it as they go over the line. The soft rear for Miller is late as well. Still not really fully recovered from those 8 fractures here. Looks like, yes he is, just. Not a lot in it though. They all certainly fighting top 5. Just Barger riding around the outside of him as well, going through turn 3. You're right about this, it just has not happened at all today for him, although right now he's just the problem title standings on course for a double podium. Good lap that from Jack Miller. These guys up ahead of him are doing 32.5s. Yeah, this is going to be a bit of a humbling. Quartararo likewise, the limits too many times. The number 4, he was in 20th out to try and wrestle back a few more points from Fabio Quartararo. That was beautifully done himself. You can see Quartararo lined it up through for Pecco Bagnaia and Ducati need a favour here for contention. A very tall order indeed. He slips over 3 seconds behind this pair now. Turn number 14, so Alex Rins, forward movement. The number 42, he's got his hands free. So then Quartararo, Rins is through on Alex. There's 13 laps to go. That's a couple of really impressive moves, Alex Rins. Quartararo, to be precise. Noro we saw here last year, Mazzano too. Bagnaia leading ahead of a factory Ducati in Montano here to keep the hard-charging Miller behind him. Colours. And of course Bagnaia, 7 seconds there, 2.4 now. Second place for him. He's just put a tiny bit of daylight between himself and Miller in third, but Kiko Lecuona's crashed in sector 1. Lecuona, and there is on the Tech 3 RC16. His day's over. Managing the grip towards the end of the race. Well, Alex Rins is certainly very all over the track on that. Yeah, we talked about how good Bastianini was, and it looked like a bit of a twitch there though on the front end for Quartararo coming through turn 2. Ducati have made big Bagnaia in that first sector. They've really cut down the Yamaha advantage. Traditionally in the past, that's where they've had a big advantage over the Ducatis in that tight, twisty first. Squeaky clean so far for Pecco. Kind of Rins Marquez as good as a win. And I think he'll say the exact same thing here today. Second place has just put in his fastest lap. He's starting to warm up a bit after, well, an early on points to Pecco Bagnaia, taking a whole chunk of points. This is what he does. This is how he operates. On worn tyres, he's proved as well. It would be an excellent day's work for the 3 on lap 16. There's still enough time for him to be on the podium. And the thing is, Steve, the steer, which has been part of the Ducati DNA for so long. Looks like there's a bit of a dark line on the left. Gini is on that 2-year-old Ducati, which was still plagued by those chronic turning gear tyre there of Jack Miller. Is he just running into some trouble tyre-wise? He's just gone into the right here today. The gap is just coming down marginally at the front here. And Bastianini was half a second quicker than this man. It's, 32.7 for him. And again, who's gone down? Somebody. Sorry side in 2021. Alex Rins, another. Who has crashed in sector 1? In pace, Quartararo is turning up the wick. It's 2.1. He's going to make light work of Jack Miller. Bastianini is podium back. Between Bagnaia and the Frenchman. It's just about to see is gobbling up time as well in the background. You like Rins was desperately trying to go with that red hot pace from the Italian ahead of him, and he's half full pace right now. That's 3 laps in a row that Enea Bash 3/10 per sector out of Jack Miller, and Miller will have no answer. A new best race lap. Jack Miller has speed from Enea Bash enough. Will he now do it then? He'll get the drive out of turn 8. And he's always come on strong at the end of races, and Miller's had the track limits warning as well. But it's going to happen at line in T-shirt. The gap at the front is still coming down as well. We could be on Jack Miller, and he's made it through into turn 3rd. The finish here in Misano. He's been so good in this 3rd sector. Here comes 6, the gap between Bagnaia and Quartararo. Quartararo second out of Bagnaia on that lap on the factory Suzuki when he was running inside that. Wide as me from Quartararo. It's 1.5 seconds now, the gap between the Italian and the Frenchman. Could not live with the pace of Enea Bastianini. Jack Miller can't live with the pace on the world champions, running into maybe some really grip problems here. Quartararo, how crucial is that decision of Quartararo to run under intense pressure in the air? It's going to hurt Pecco Bagnaia big time. He's got to be careful at track limits though. Quartararo on a couple of occasions already. He's nearly 3 seconds clear at one point. And Fabio Quartararo from Bagnaia in that exactly the same lap time as Fabio Quartararo. He's left Miller and Marquez trailing in his wake. He's got the speed to win this race. Jack Miller straight away. Native right-hand Misano circuit. Now then, over the line, Bagnaia was 1.3 out of Quartararo in the 1st sector. Bastianini could still Fabio Quartararo. Giannini in 3rd. He's got, I tell you what, Bastianini. That's a big ask. It's a big ask. His lap times are almost identical. 5 or 6 laps here. He's been quicker than Fabio Quartararo. He's responding. To be fair to him, he has responded. Maybe back his rookie season. I just hope he sees a checkered flag, because boy, does he huge disadvantage on that old Ducati. This would be one of the rides of the six so hard.
He went early. He just started tipping in, and there it is. Davide Tardozzi collapses onto his league world champions, the Monster Energy Yamaha team. There's more drama. Fabio Quartararo started in 15th place, and I think that squandered having the brilliant win from pole position in Misano one, but it has been really unfortunate for him as well. That's the 2nd time in Italy the Stianevs on Italian soil have been decisive in the final reckoning. He's consoled by seasonal. Hold on, Enea Bastianini on this last lap to get on the podium to celebrate as the new world, as the next big star. Years ago he was saying he was the new Valentino Rossi, the next Marc Marquez. His early career, Quartararo's got it all on here to hang on to a podium. Enea Bastianini's going all in for 3rd place. He's going to have a look into turn. Appeal to the inside. Here he comes. He sets up the new world champion. The disappointment and dejection of 2020, whether it all went wrong. He's got Alberto Puig.
He's having a few